Dungeons and Dragons is back on, and I'm very excited. Pretty much my group and I, we had a campaign going, and we just haven't played in ages, and we're finally lining up everyone's schedules, and we're going to play again, and I'm very excited, and there's a lot of terrain that I want to build before we get back for our first session back. So that's what I'm doing in this video. I've got these walls which I've already created, and very luckily this polystyrene I have works out to be pretty much the exact height of these walls, and a lot of the other pieces are the same, so that's going to make this like really perfect, really easy for me. Okay, maybe I was just lucky with that one piece, and the other pieces don't really seem to line up with the scale very well, so I don't see a very easy solution to that, so I might just have to accept that it will be weird heights that don't quite fit. The idea is that the hot glue will like bond it immediately so that I can work with it, and the PVA like in the long term will create a bond. Okay, so here's my idea. Well, I've got an idea to make a great lava effect. Stick with me. Yeah, lava gaming table. Pretty much any lights would work, string lights, fairy lights, anything, but I like these because they're LED, I can control them. They do cost a bit though. Oh, and the reason that I actually bought these is not for this specifically, it's for filmmaking and other stuff, so I just happen to have these and that's why I'm using them. So I wasn't gonna iron it because I just didn't think about it, but Leah said that I should, and she even offered to iron it for me, so what a wonderful girlfriend. Thank you, Leah. So it looks like lava doesn't really like actually form in the same way that you see in like video games and movies and that, like in big lakes, so yeah, I think I'll just be taking some artistic license anyway, just like they do. This is a mixture of black paint and sand. I would usually run the sand through a sieve, but the sieve is in the sink because of the waffles that you saw before, so I just tried not to get any too big of bits on it. I'm trying to layer it on quite thick. My hope is that once it's dried and the fabric is all, you know, crumpled and folded up and then spread out again, it will form like natural cracks, and that will simulate the effect of, you know, forming magma or lava or whatever. Not only are all of these cut out and finished and dry, but I've also put kebab skewers and toothpicks through all of them to sort of strengthen them a bit. Hopefully it's strong and it won't break so easily. Also, the fabric has finished drying, and look, to be honest, I'm not too happy with how it's looking. It's a bit it looks like what a caveman would wear, which, don't get me wrong, isn't a bad look, but it's not the lava look I'm going for. But for now, I'm gonna go to bed because it's pretty late, and I've got stuff to do tomorrow morning. I bought this bottle of PVA for $27, it says on the price tag, so many years ago, and it served me so well, and it's finally empty. So I bought a new one. Leah, who kindly set up this specific camera shot for me, had some great input, which is that if I use a brush, it will and sort of just dab it like that, it will first of all get away, it will push it into the creases and sort of get rid of that sloppy texture. It will also get rid of the sort of stroke marks that I was getting on the more flatter pieces, and she also said that the colour is probably contributing to the mud look, which is true, and I'm going to paint over all of this, so hopefully that will fix it. It still doesn't look quite as much like rock as I would like, but it definitely looks better than it did. So yeah, that's where we're up to. Now that I've done all of that and I'm going to leave it all to dry, one last thing I'm going to do before that is I'm just going to very selectively apply sand to sort of just specific parts to add a bit of variation. Might make it look a bit more interesting when I get to painting it. Something I realised that I'd never talked about is the story that these are fitting into. So pretty much we played the first season, I'll call it, of the D&D game was all about the party adventuring around the overworld, the regular world, and doing various quests, but this underrunning theme, sort of the main thing that was going on in the background while they were doing everything, is there was this cult forming who they eventually found out were trying to open portals and gateways to hell and bring demons through. And in the last session that we played, the party found one of these bases, cleared everyone out of it, all of the cultists either died or fled, and the party inspected one of the portals and figured out how to activate it and went through, had a little bit of a fight, and then that's the last time we played. So now the new season, season 2, is going to be set in the hellscape. Months later, the party haven't managed to escape. It's a bit of a chance for everyone playing to reinvent their character a bit, seeing that, you know, the people would have changed a bit in a few months of being in this hellscape. And yeah, for this hellscape, I'm taking a lot of inspiration from, well, I'm sort of wanting to give it like a sort of a post-apocalyptic vibe. There's a shortage of water and supplies, and everyone, you know, works in camps and fights over the few supplies that there are. And the main quest, so to say, is going to be about the party figuring out how to escape the hellscape, the demon realm, the other dimension. And I won't go too much into how they can do that here, because there's a good chance that the players will be watching this video, but there's going to be a few different options and different avenues they can explore. And yeah, so I'm making completely new terrain and I'm painting it like a hellscape. I'm also thinking that once I'm done with this story, I will have the option to just paint it like regular rocks and put some grass and flock and moss on and stuff. But yeah, that's the story for now. Hi, Mum.
Hey Luke, how you going?
I'm pretty good. I'm really glad to have these done. They turned out really well, and it's going to be great for breaking up combat and not just having everything happening on a perfectly flat plane. That's going to be great. But I do feel like I've spent so much time working on what is effectively the canvas, and I want to do something, creative, something that looks cool. I really want to go and just scratch build something.